And yeah, if you like this reading, as I always ask you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you would like to, I just want to check I have my microphone on. Yes, I do. Sorry about that. This always happens in Leo at the beginning of it. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm not going to say any more. I'm just going to start your reading right now. So the first card you have for your past is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I love this. This is very positive, and I love the Queen of Wands because she's very forward, she's very open, she's very charismatic, she's very optimistic, and she gets things done. That's what I love about her. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of optimism here with this beautiful sunflower. It can be about choices as well, this card. So I think you did make a choice, and I think you probably made a choice to leave someone behind. I think whoever this was, I think they were really holding you back. Yeah, it's strange because I'm actually seeing two people. I'm seeing this one main person that you left behind. This is probably an ex, a love situation. And then there was someone else. I don't know why, but I'm seeing family. So I think the second person might have been a relative of the person you left behind, the first person. It might be that. Yeah, I'm not getting family around you. I don't think the person you left was a family member. I think they were someone who you were in a relationship with, and I think they had this family member next to them. Around this relationship. I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing. I hope it's not too confusing because I'm seeing all these different people. So, okay, so the feeling I'm getting around this is it's like a really, really draining feeling. And then there's a lifting up, picking up, or even floating up. So I'm actually feeling as if I'm in a balloon, or I'm a balloon, and I'm floating up, and it's kind of sinking, and then it's floating. So I think what this is about is when you're around them, that's what was happening to you. I think you felt as if you were kind of sinking, drowning. It was too much for you. And then when you left them behind, you started rising up again. That doesn't mean that your heart was totally rising up again. Your heart was still kind of quite sad. I think it was still with them for a long time, but everything else lifted up. So I think, you probably just made this decision. I think you're just so drained by this person. I think they exhausted you. And I just think enough was enough, and you just needed to get out. You needed to lift yourself up again. Obviously, this wasn't easy for you because I'm getting this kind of horrible, am I doing the right thing? Because this is about decisions. So you're like, should I do this? Shouldn't I? For a long time, you're like that. And I think a big part of you cared about them a lot, and I think you probably still do. But I think it just got too much for you and you had to get out. You had to lift yourself up. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. So yeah, the next card you have your past is Temperance, and this is about a similar thing, lifting yourself up. This beautiful angel, this can be all about alchemy, which is about purposefully turning a situation around. So you might be in a terrible situation and you do what you can to change that into something better. So yeah, I think there was a lot of turmoil in this relationship. I also think there was a lot of passion in this relationship as well, with these beautiful red wings in this angel. The big thing I'm picking up on is this feeling of not being able to quite be yourself around this person, that you're kind of drowning, sinking. You weren't able to be yourself. So I think they probably felt the same way actually, but maybe for different reasons to you, totally different reasons. I'm getting this is very difficult energy. Both of you sort of feeding off each other's negative energy, and then at other times you kind of fed off each other's passion. That's what I'm seeing. I'm surprised the Devil card isn't here, but it's not. So now I think, I think you just know. I think you know this is what's best for you. I think you're still going to need some time to heal. And that's what these daffodils represent, healing. So, yeah, I think if you haven't already done this, I think you might need to stop communicating with them altogether. There's a lot of feeding off negativity here. So you might still be doing that a bit. You might still be in contact with them. So I think you might even have to block them or cut them off or something quite drastic. Because what I'm seeing is you're trying to heal and then some kind of communication comes up again. I can't see who's contacting who here. But yeah, if this is making any sense to you at all, might not, probably doesn't, but if it does, and you're still going through this really, really horrible situation, I'd at least distance myself, because I'm seeing you going along, healing, starting to get somewhere, and then your emotions are sort of wound up again by this communication, and then things start to go backwards again. So I know it's not easy, but I think for the sake of healing, distancing would really be the best thing for you if you haven't already done that. So the last card you have your past is the Hierophant. Okay. So I'm seeing this quite literally. This is a teacher. The Hierophant teaches these two monks, and they're sitting there listening to him, learning. They think he has all the knowledge, and they're sitting down and he's up high. So I think you might be teaching or helping people in some way. I don't think it's your normal work. I don't think you're normally a teacher. I think this is probably a side thing. It's something like that. And I think this is a very new thing. It's new. You haven't been doing this for very long. It's some kind of service maybe, or it's something like that where you're helping people. And yeah, you're just starting this. You're probably learning yourself as you're going along. So it's a learning process for you as well. This is really positive. I'm getting a really positive feeling around this. I think you have a lot of wisdom. I think you have a lot of information inside you. And I think the number of people that are going to come to you through whatever this is, this thing, I think it's going to increase. I think more people are gradually going to come. They're going to be interested. They're going to learn from you. They're going to listen to what you have to say. I'm also seeing a little bit of opposition to what you're doing, or what you are doing. I think you're still doing this. And a few false starts as well. I think you had some stops and starts before this actually took off. But I also think, yeah, I keep on seeing these people around you who either don't understand what you're doing, or they might just be opposed to it for some reason. Now, even though you had this little bit of opposition around you, I think you still kept going. I think you were determined to do this. If you look at this Hierophant, he has his ears covered because he listens to his higher voice. He listens to his inner voice. He doesn't listen to what the outside world's telling him. And so you didn't listen to them. You listened to yourself. You knew this was what you wanted to do. This came from inside of you, your inner voice. It was something you really, really, really wanted to do. And the feeling I'm getting is, I don't know if this will make sense to you, but it's like it's something you have to do. It's something that's inside of you that you have to bring out to give to other people. That's what I'm seeing. So definitely keep on doing this. I think more people are going to join you in this. I think there's going to be a lot of popularity around this, and I'm seeing steady growth. It's going to grow steadily. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the first card you have here present is the Two of Wands. So okay, so I'm getting this feeling of knowing around this as well, but this is a different kind of knowing. You really do have this deep inner knowing about things, this intuition at this time, and I think it's quite strong right now. So tap into this as much as you can. It's a bit like a fountain of knowledge inside you, so keep on tapping into that. I'm seeing freedom in this card. I think you know that you have a lot ahead of you. You have the whole world ahead of you, like this man. I don't think you're quite ready to jump forward yet. And I think that's probably because you're still healing. I think, there's still a part of you that might still miss this person in the Queen of Wands. It's a little bit confusing in this card. I think you're moving forward. I think you have to do that. You're better off healing. You're better off without this person. I'm still picking up on this little feeling of that comes up inside you. It's a little bit like a stab of emotion, and you're kind of going along, and then you get these like stabs of emotion. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, and again, I think there's still some kind of communication that keeps on happening. whether that's between you and this ex or whoever this is, or there might be some kind of open communication going on social media, or you might be seeing something on social media. I don't think they're trying to talk you into coming back. It's not like that. But I think there's still a part of you that's kind of being held back by them emotionally. Not all the time. It's just you keep on getting these little sort of emotional stabs. I know that sounds horrible, but that's the only word I can think of that kind of describes this feeling, because I can feel this, these little stabs. And it's not easy, but again, try to stop talking to them. Try to stop being around them if you can. If they're on social media, if you're seeing things coming up, hide it, don't look at it, turn it off, shut it down, block if you have to, do whatever you can, because I really think whatever you're seeing or hearing from them or whatever this is, it's holding you back. It's holding you back. Look at this card. There's a wand behind this man. It's bolted to the wall. He wants to move forward. He wants to go out into the world, but he can't, because there's this wand still behind him. So they're like a bit of a shadow behind you. You have to get rid of that shadow. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Three of Swords. Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing this again. Obviously, this is about this separation. So, yeah, there's you. Here it is. It's very clear. There's you. There's someone you're separated from on the other side. So you're on one side, they're on the other side. In the middle, there's this third person. Now, they're not a third party. I know this card can mean that sometimes. But again, I'm seeing this person's a relative, or it's someone who's close to them, who's connected to them very, very closely. I think this third person was either, or they are still, they're causing problems between you, or they did once, or they might have been stopping you from communicating properly. Maybe they were interfering. It's something like that. It's like they were in the middle of the two of you. So, yeah, you're well away from all of this now. But again, it might be them that's making all these comments on social media, this relative or whoever this is. If you're seeing that, if they're saying, oh, this and that, blah, 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 you might be looking at that and thinking, oh, no, so don't look at it. Don't look at it. Block it, turn it off, do whatever you can to turn this off and not look at this. So the last card you have your presence, the Magician. Fantastic. Okay, I actually think there's someone coming in for you, someone new coming in for you. Yeah, this is new. Someone new's coming in. If you're single, obviously. So, yeah, this is a really interesting person. This is someone who thinks very differently from the average person. I think you might be meeting them through this teaching or whatever this is that you're doing in the Hierophant. Yeah, they're interested in the same thing as you. This is really interesting, and I think that means a lot to you. It's important to you, and it's going to mean a lot to you as you progress, to have this person's support, because in the Hierophant I was seeing a lot of unsupportive people and people who disapproved of what you're doing. But this person's really going to understand. They're going to support you. They're going to support this. And when they come into your life, I think you're going to know that they're interested. They'll just come right out. They'll tell you, I'm interested. This is how I feel. They're a very forward person. They're a very confident person. That's the sort of person I'm seeing here. So I'm getting this, the feeling I'm getting around this is sort of this very refreshing feeling. It's like springtime around this new connection. It's going to feel like a breath of fresh air to you, which is really fantastic. Now, when they come along to you, when they come into your life, you might not quite feel 100% ready for all of this yet. But to me, this feels very, very positive, and I think they're going to be patient, but they're also very persistent at the same time. I know that kind of sounds like it contradicts itself, but they're not going to be annoying. They're not going to bother you and persist in that way. What I'm seeing is waiting. So they're going to kind of come into your life. They're going to tell you how they feel. You might say something like, oh, I'm not quite ready. I'm still healing. I've still got a lot on my mind. I've got a lot to do. I'm not ready for anyone. So I think then they're going to wait. and then they're going to come back and try again. That's what I'm seeing, because they really, really want to be with you. They definitely want to manifest something with you, because this is the Magician. So yeah, get ready for this new person. They're going to really come in. You're going to know them straight away. They're a very dynamic, very confident, very interesting person. So get ready for this person. So the first card you have, your future, is the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, there are a few things I'm seeing here. I think this is kind of a reminder of where you need to be focusing. This is all ups and downs. So I think you've had so many ups and downs. You've been dealing with all of that. You've been dealing with your emotions for such a long time that it's been very difficult for you to deal with other things, and that's understandable. When you're dealing with breakups, emotions, and all of that, of course, it can be really hard to think about anything else. But this is about finding more balance in your life. And I think to help yourself to do that, I think you're going to have to try to concentrate more on your work, and especially this thing or this project or this side business or whatever this is I'm seeing in the Hierophant. Because to me, that's where the positivity is, that's where the action is, that's where the support is, that's where this new person in the Magician card is going to come from. There are a lot of like-minded, supportive people around this, and there are also more people that are going to join this popularity. So follow that, follow the positivity, follow the success, follow the good feelings, because you do feel very, very good when you do this thing. I'm seeing that. And I think that's where your future might be as well. It might lead you to a whole new career, a new business. There are a lot of positivities. I was trying to say possibilities, and I said positivities. So that came out because it is positive. There are a lot of positive possibilities around this. I can't talk, but yeah, there are a lot of very positive. You know what I'm talking about. Follow this thing. I won't say anymore. Follow this thing. Follow this thing. Forget everything else. Well, don't forget everything, but yeah, follow this thing. I won't say anymore. Okay, so there's another thing here. Be careful with your arms. Be careful with your arms or your shoulders or your back. Just make sure you're not straining anything. I'm just seeing some tension around that area. So watch that area. Don't lift heavy things without bending your legs. Don't, do anything that might hurt your back. Be careful of how you sleep and what you do. So just be careful around that area. I'm seeing that might be a problem area for you. So yeah. Okay, so the next card you have, you features the Sun. Fantastic. Okay, so again, this is what this is telling me again. The way you're going to totally be able to break out. Okay, so I can't speak. Okay, right. Okay, I'll try and articulate this because I don't know what's happened to me. Okay, so this child on this horse has broken out of this wall behind him, and he's happy, he's free, all of that kind of thing. So the way you're going to be able to break out of this emotional thing you're still in, the way you're going to be able to get past all of that emotion, all the things you're still going through, because you're still going through this, you're getting there, but you're still going through this, is to focus again on this work thing. That's where your heart is. That's where the true you is. This is a child, and children haven't had these social expectations on them. They don't have any of these kind of, responsibilities or anything like that. And I think you might have had this ability that I'm seeing in the Hierophant of teaching people of whatever this is ever since you were a child. So that's the true you. That's the inner you. And again, this is telling me, follow that. That's where your breakthrough is going to be. That's where the true you is. I hope that makes sense. I hope I articulated that properly. Okay, so the last card you have, you features the Seven of Wands. Yes. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here. So in the Hierophant, I was seeing a lot of popularity coming through this thing that you're doing, this teaching or whatever this business thing is or whatever. A lot of people are going to be interested in this. A lot of people are going to follow this. So because of that, I think that might bring you into the spotlight in some way. A lot of people are going to be watching you. A lot of people are going to be talking to you. A lot of people are going to be interested. So when you get a lot of people interested in something, you get all the positivity, but you get the other side of that as well. You get the negative side. You get people making all sorts of comments. You get people saying nasty things. Trust me, I know this. So this is just showing you the other side of this. You know, this is the law of polarity. You have one side which is positive. There's always an opposite side to that. This is just telling you to be prepared for that, because as a Leo, you're a very proud person. You're not going to like a lot of what some of these people are going to say. Now, the vast majority of people who do this, who learn from you, they're going to be positive. Very, very positive. But there are always some, and there's a car going past, so just be aware of that. You're a very strong person. You can do this. Don't ever let any of that stop you. I don't think you will. But it might shake you a little bit, because sometimes, you know, when you're proud and you're proud of yourself, which you should be, and you have these people trying to knock you down, which is what's happening to this man, you know, it can send you backwards. It's done it to me. Anyone who's on here, anyone who's done anything at all that puts you in any kind of spotlight at all, even if it's tiny, you're going to get people like this coming along. So just be prepared for that as well. But don't let this stop you, because there's so much positivity around this. That's what I'm seeing. So Leo, I hope this resonated. I hope this made sense. I know I was a bit crazy sometimes in this, but I try my best. So again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.